what's going to happen is two things are going to pop on the screen, and then we're going to discuss which one is better. Gank, you're going to give me your opinion. And in the chat, I would love it if everybody would participate by just writing which one you think is better. Uriel the Purifier versus Baakjira. These two were airdropped. They were airdropped together, weren't they?
They were.
They're airdrop buddies.
They're airdrop fam.
And yeah, and so I'll go ahead and start this one off. And I might have an unbiased opinion, but I love Uriel with the heal. And when I use that, I've kicked butt. Now I don't use the life deck that often. And I have used Baakjira, but I do like that card. But it's just, for me, that Uriel is just, it's been amazing because I haven't had a real tank that I've liked in the white deck. So that one is definitely filling that void for me. So what are your thoughts there?
I have not had too much success with either of these cards as of yet. I have not played them a ton yet. The Uriel, part of it is that I don't use the white deck very often. I mean, I do, but when I do, it's not, I'm not thinking about, my tank like that. And I also found, it's the 9 damage it does, is I haven't been able to figure out a way to really incorporate that, except for the few times I've used it is like where I put it in the middle of the deck for, 99 mana melee can attack from anywhere situations.
Yeah.
And then that way it can, survive significantly, get a couple of hits off. But it's a little clunky for me at this point. I haven't figured out a way to really incorporate it in too many spots. And Baakjira, I still playing around with that too. I think this one has a little more promise, but I haven't quite figured out how to tap into that yet. But with the self-healing it has, and even though we're not showing it right now, I think it does have promise. Just got to figure out how to tap into it.
Mario makes a comment here. He says it's so situational, and I think he's right. And most of these bigger cards are more situational, and primarily because of the mana cost. And then I think with some of the newer ones we've seen, and this Baakjira, the mana cost is lower, and they're going to be able to play them a little bit more often. And so, they are situational. But I think as this game develops, that's what your deck's going to be, is a whole bunch of situations. Being ready for, the poisons and earthquake on the same one, or, reverse speed and blast. Having these cards and these decks kind of set up in your head to play in these situations and be able to play quick in 2 minutes is really what's going to separate the great players from just people that are earning rewards every week. So
yes, I mean, that's definitely true. Part of the fun of this game for me is the constant new situations that are thrown at me that I haven't experienced before. So many options, so many randomness between how much mana, what rule sets, what splinters are not allowed to be used. It just creates for constantly new situations for my brain to work out in a pressure situation, and that's really the fun of the game for me. And there is a bug where Uriel heals every other round. I'm sure that's going to be fixed with the next update. That's not supposed to happen. Little bonus heal.
Yeah.
So you might not like that card as much after
but
it gets nerfed.
One thing to your last point, I've played off and on for almost 3 years now, but in the past, ever since Chaos Legion came out, I've been playing pretty hard. And now I've gotten to the point where I really look forward to the battles that are different, where there's like a unique scenario or unique mana, because now I'm starting to figure out the game, figure out how to use these cards, like like Baakjira or the gelatinous cube in situations, because those are real. Once you kind of understand that, you take your whole gameplay to a different level, and it's just the development of learning these situations is a huge part of this game right now.